Kind of in the same vein as that last segment we did regarding Ilhan Omar, we have this from the Post-Millennial. Jasmine Crockett doubles down on smearing Republicans as fascist after Charlie Kirk killing. CNN host Casey Hunt did not press Crockett, allowing her to speak uninterrupted for roughly 2 minutes, which some critics described as permitting her to spew bile. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett defended Democrats, including herself, using vile rhetoric to describe their political opponents, which critics suggest may have resulted in the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. On Tuesday, Crockett was asked by CNN host Casey Hunt if Democrats used terms like fascist or Hitler contributed to political violence against Republicans. Crockett justified the terms by arguing that Democrats are actively combating authoritarianism, referring to the President Donald Trump and his administration. And it is that exact rhetoric that justifies the attack on Charlie Kirk. Because, guys, if we were genuinely in a world where Nazis existed right now, who wouldn't go and take out a Nazi? Genuinely. If there were genuine Nazis, who wouldn't want to go and take them out? Everyone always says that they would be the person to stand up against the Nazis. So if there were truly Nazis in today's world, wouldn't you go do something about it? So when you sit here and say authoritarianist, they're Hitler, they're fascist, you say stuff like that, you're polarizing your opponent. It's no longer a political debate. Now you're just labeling them as the enemy. It's no longer a debate. Now you're just labeling them as the enemy. And yes, I would join them too. I would join them. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's... Hang on, YouTube. Wait a minute. I would join them in fighting against Nazis if there were genuine Nazis. You almost baited me there. I would join against the Nazis if there were genuinely Nazis. But that's the thing. There's no Nazis today, except for maybe Ukraine. Ukraine's got some Nazis over there, the Azov Battalion, but, you know, that's a separate story. But anyway, it's this exact rhetoric that justifies taking out your political opponents instead of just having a debate with them. It's this exact rhetoric. We aren't calling them fascist. We aren't calling them authoritarianist. We aren't calling them Hitler. We're not calling them Stalin. We're not calling them any of these things. We're not calling them Mao. Like, we don't do what they do, and then they'll sit here and say that we're ratcheting things up. It's ridiculous.
And I want to start by just asking you to respond to the conversation we've been having here on this set. It's the conversation the country has been having. You heard what the Attorney General said earlier today about potentially using the Department of Justice to try and go after certain groups. Do you think that the way that she is approaching this hate speech is appropriate?
No, absolutely not. I don't think that that's any surprise of anyone that I would disagree with this current Attorney General. You know, it is sad that it seems like there are people on the right specifically that are using Mr. Kirk's tragic death to go ahead and move forward with their tragic agenda. If you believe
Tragic agenda, like the agenda you guys are trying to push, that he's somehow on the right and that we're the ones ratcheting things up and you have no part to play in this, right? Yeah, that kind of rhetoric.
That you swore an oath to the Constitution, then maybe you should read it. Maybe you should start reading some case law. Maybe you should understand.
Yeah, I think you guys should read the First Amendment and what that is and why Charlie Kirk should have been able to exercise it.
That the First Amendment is not about speech that you like. It is about protecting speech. And to be clear, we do have laws that are on the books because not every single thing that you say is necessarily protected. In most states, they have terroristic threat laws that are on the books because...
Yes, because calls of violence are not protected speech. Yes, we know this.
Because you can't just go out there and threaten somebody or do things that seemingly look like threats and you have the ability to carry them out and you can be prosecuted. If there's anything that this DOJ and this FBI director need to be doing, they need to be surveilling online to figure out who the potential real threats are. As we know, this young man who is alleged to have shot Mr. Kirk, he was a gamer. He was doing a lot online. In fact, he confessed online, and the FBI who was looking for him still couldn't find him. That tells you...
Jasmine, what do you think the government's supposed to do? Like, how are they supposed to find that if people aren't reporting it? Like, do you think the government can just look through everything instantly? Just within 24 hours, they search the whole internet? Like, what? How? I understand Jasmine Crockett's a freaking idiot. Like, a genuine retard. But seriously, how do you expect them to find this stuff? Do you know how much stuff is uploaded a day to the internet? Like, do you realize how much stuff is on the internet? Like, me alone, like I'm talking about today. It's episode 100 of Tyler Today Live. Someone would have to go and look through 200 hours minimum of things I've said to find a certain quote from me. Me, over 200 hours. That's insane. How are they supposed to find comments from one random dude in an obscure Discord? Unless you want them to absolutely just have an authoritarian regime where an AI scans every fucking message or every voice chat you send. Like, what are you calling for here, Jasmine? What do you, how do you think this is supposed to work?
How adequate they are at their jobs right now. And
yeah, exactly, R. Sergeant. I wonder how Jasmine felt about Kathy Griffin going out there with a cut-off Trump head. And I think she should have been charged for that, by the way. That's a call to violence.
I put this on the men and women that are currently serving. I put this at the leadership that has decided to divert at least 20% of the FBI resources to just pet projects of this president. In addition to that, we know that the shooter that was in Colorado, where children were shot on the same day as Mr. Kirk, yet no one wants to talk about it, was also posting some very concerning things online, to the extent that the FBI had been alarmed about his activity, and ultimately he carried it out. The Minnesota shooter was posting online for 30 days, and people saw what he was doing.
Yeah, and people need to report that stuff when they see it. That's the issue, is these people aren't reporting it. And no, you clicking the little button on the report tweet thing isn't going to do anything. Call the cops. Call the cops and report it. When you see people making threats online and saying that they're planning stuff, you call the police. You don't just go, oh, I hope someone takes care of that.
And then he did it. Maybe we should focus on policing the speech.
Yep, another radical lefty that shut up the school. Exactly, but she'll use that as an example for radicals in the context of right-leaning people. And she still hasn't claimed that the shooter was left-leaning.
It is more than just speech, but it is leading to actual deaths instead of just looking at what hurts the feelings of conservatives.
You mean what hurts the feelings of Democrats? Because you guys are at the point now where words are literal violence, and you feel as though it's appropriate to take out physical violence against those people who have hurt your fifis. Jasmine Crockett's an idiot. So Hunt posed the question, yeah, and then we just went through the transcript. She further accused Republicans of hypocrisy. It seems like violence is okay if it is only because of the man that is currently serving the White House asked for it. But then when it ends up happening and comes back on the other side, they claim that it's because of the Democrats and them using words like fascist. It is. It's exactly that. Donald Trump has not called for violence. He's never once called for violence. The only thing that they ever pull up is like Donald Trump saying fight, 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 and like the comments he made around January 6th, which in context, none of those can be misconstrued as a call to violence. It's just spewing bile as it's described here. Some critics described it as permitting her to spew bile. Additionally, Crockett defended her previous remarks, calling Trump a wannabe Hitler. Yeah, that's totally not ratcheting up the rhetoric, which were made just days after Kirk's assassination, claiming they were not calls to violence, but warnings against authoritarianism. What should we do to Hitler, Crockett? Jasmine Crockett, I have a question for you. What should we do to Hitler? What should we have done to Hitler? If he's a wannabe Hitler, you know, I'm just wondering what course of action she would like to see, if that's the case. Because I have a feeling I know her answer. What are you guys saying in the chat? R Sergeant, what's up, R Sergeant? LMFAO, dumb bitch. The kid was another radical lefty that shot up the effing school. Yep. AI can do that. What's up, Allie? I wonder how Jasmine felt about the Kathy Griffin stuff. Yep, that's exactly what AI is going to do. AI will start scanning stuff on the internet. It's going to be scary. Jasmine spews hate and division. She is fake ghetto fab nepo baby. Yeah. I clicked on AI on GoDaddy. It already knew I'm no fan of Israel from changing my avatar on YouTube. It changed my business website to say I'm free shipping and to Israel and love MAGA. Wow. Well, you hear that, guys? Go check out Bye Bye YouTube's website. He will give you free shipping to and from Israel. So kind of you, YouTube. So kind of you. You hear that, guys? Charlie Kirk didn't die. He just got his feelings hurt. Yeah, he just got his feelings hurt, guys. He didn't die. The rhetoric is just getting people to have their fifis hurt. No one died. How is this not negligence resulting in homicide or incitement? I don't know, man. It's a crazy world we're living in where these people can just be so hypocritical. And at some point you have to realize that they're either evil or they're stupid, but the result is the same. They're either evil or they're stupid, but either way, they're destroying the country and need to be stopped. That's where we're at. I'd lose half my profit free shipping to Israel. Oof! Hi, Ali. Hi. Hello. Arrest criminals for Pete's sake. Yeah, not Pam Bondi going after hate speech. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Yay! Yay, Pam Bondi. Go after hate speech. Yay! I'm gonna get arrested for saying fuck faggots, I guess. I don't know. Oh, whatever. Hate speech. Stupid.